Previously on Phoenix Wright's Spirit of Justice, y'all. I hope one of you has a good explanation for this. I never need to see anything again for the rest of my life now. Yeah, I'm confused too. Whatever, let's keep going. Please tell me there's a shower here. There's a sink in the kitchen. And if you're lucky, maybe even some soap. Jeez. Oh man. Oh, so I guess Datz gets to be our man for the thing. Submarine law offices. So Datz, you guys are still using this office? Yep. Except now it's the official HQ of the Defiant Dragons. But as Dirk said, and I quote, "We must keep it for the day when the Quran needs lawyers once more." Restoring the legal system to its rightful form through popular uprising. You can tell how much Dirk believes in his cause. Well, yeah, if you're not going to do it that way, how are you going to do it? Oh, and AJ, Dirk said something else that might interest you. He said he hopes you'll come back and take over this office someday. Take over? Me? Those were his words. He may have been half joking, though. Well, I mean, I could be a Sodmati. Oh man, wow. Dirk really said that? Dirk was never a hands-on kind of dad. But not a day went by he wasn't thinking of you. That much I'm sure of. Doesn't get more paternal than that. Dirk. And to think I really did spend my days trying to forget you. I'm looking forward to a nice long talk once you're free. Sounds great, man. But first, we gotta figure out the rest of this case, because there is way too much. There's too much, man. I still feel like we just don't... like... I don't know. Oh, there's the spider. Datz, what's with the altar? Yeah, it's where we pay our respects to the victims of the defense... or the DCA. The DCA is a heinous law that puts innocent people to death. A law that's supposed to protect the people sends them to their graves instead. Talk about insane. Well, I mean, you know. Who's the kid? Oh, hello. It's the picture again. Wait a second, that's you, Apollo! I'd recognize those horns anywhere. It's too bad Tim didn't recognize him, the dumbass. Is that really the only way anybody recognizes me? You were so cute! And who's that fine-looking young man? That's Nayuta back when he used to smile. Wow, his smile is absolutely angelic. Sure brings back memories. That was taking the day we all went out fishing. What was Prosecutor somebody like when he was younger? He was a sweetie. He was kind of quiet but passionate when it came to his convictions. When he finally made prosecutor, he was all fired up to change Quran for the better. Now he's nothing more than Quran's lackey. Facepalm. Seems like Datz has a lot to say about Nayuta. I'll ask him about his thoughts later. I mean, sure. But let's keep up with the examining. Hey, is that girl? A scary-looking knife sticking out of the queen's... Oh, it's the queen, okay. But when it's all this, they think the Defiant Dragons were a violent group. Oh, that was actually me trying to kill a fly. I threw that knife at it and whiffed, and the thing ended up stuck right between your eyes. You mean this wasn't on purpose? So, yeah, sure, you just had a picture of the queen up on your wall. Sure, that's lovely. This Dirk's old law book. Look, there's a mark on the cover. Looks like it was branded on with a hot iron. Yeah, I think it was done in protest against the DCA. There's an entry on the DCA right here, see? See? You know, people always talk about Chiaki's Hey Hey and DR2. But her C is really cute too when she says, like, see? It's just, Oh, so this is the infamous anti-lawyer law you guys were always talking about. Well, now Apollo has the law book. I reckon we could chat. I see there's no food on the table this time. Somebody hasn't done the dishes, though. Surprised to see so many appliances here. There's even a TV. Speaking of which, we gave the people of Karai quite a shock when the plumed Punisher Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm was last on TV. You mean that show where actors play the parts of Dirk and Rafa? You hijacked that in the middle of its broadcast, right? Yep. All the writers do each week is try to ruin the Defiant Dragon's good name. So we decided to hit him where it hurts. Yeah, must have been real shocking, especially for the kids who waited all week to see it. I mean, the show's main villain was actually hijacking the very show he's in. Yep. So we have this folder. It's a nice looking folder just sitting on the table. I wonder what's in this file. Oh, it's full of newspaper clippings. I feel like we're about to get something here. Seems to be a collection of documents and information on Amura's assassination. The arson incident involving Amura's private residence. Okay, well, if she lived in a private residence, then she probably wasn't, you know... Then it probably wasn't the same fire that killed Apollo's dad, unless she was with Apollo. Well, that's the thing. I mean, first she's with Dirk, but then Apollo's bio dad also died in a fire. It's just too much of a coincidence. I don't know. And then on top of that, Sarge's mom also died in a fire, and Sarge almost died from it. So for all we know, the picture could have been Sarge's mom as far as that goes. Amuro was slipped a sleeping pill and perished in the fire. The lighter found at the scene had Dirk's fingerprints on it. Ugh. So this is what Dirk was talking about. We already know most of the stuff here on top. Let's see what else there is. Wow, where did he get all this? Anything important here? Oh wow, page 20. Oh dear, oh, so what's... Okay, I just read the first line and all I saw was Apollo's raving musician father. Or is it roving? Caught up in this incident and lost his life. He was struck in the head by the culprit, the victim's passport, and any pictures of him were burned up in the fire. Without knowing his real name, no divination seance could be performed. So it was then then it was the same fire, right? Huh. Yeah. I knew we were getting something big here. Looks like it. But I was never told much more than what's written here. Really? How come? Dirk always skated around the subject. Maybe he thought I was still too young. Plus, I always thought of Dirk as my dad, so I never really brought it up. Still, I feel kind of sorry for your real dad. My real dad. I was never really interested in learning about him. But after seeing his picture, I can't help but feel a little curious. If Datz could tell me anything about him. What if Datz is him? How about that? Apollo, this file looks like it might be useful. But there are so many pages, I can't tell what's important. We need someone to help organize all this. And I think I know just the person to ask. Couch. Ew. Submighty Law Offices, that's the sign Dirk used to display out front. Hey, Datz. I heard the office used to do quite a bit of business. Yeah, I did. Dirk was a famous lawyer with countless courtroom victories after all. He was the dauntless dragon who turned trials upside down, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. His fame as a lawyer spread far and wide across Garind back in the day. I hope the day comes when he can proudly display this sign again. True that. What is this? Wait. Don't tell me we have to go back through the manhole to get out of here. The only reason this safe house is still safe is because the front door's been boarded up. Fine, then I'll just have to live here until the revolution begins. What if I told you rats come out at night? We'll just have to start the revolution before sundown. Wow, I bet the revolution never thought it'd get the new ally this way. Whoa, there's like something... lizards? Ew, is that a newt? Come on, lady, can't you tell a gecko when you see one? What's the difference? Well, geckos like to sell car insurance, while newts go into potions in the never-ending story. They're totally different creatures. Well, how do you know this one wasn't caught outside near some water? Could very well be a gecko. No, I'm pretty sure it's a newt. Oh, so then you agree it's a newt, Apollo. Oh, I fell right into a trap. Oh, crap. You're both wrong. It's just a plain old lizard. That right there is the look of a man who has just given up right there. Yep. So I think we might have more to talk about with Datz here. Yeah, we totally do. Nayuta. This ought to be good. Datz, wasn't Nayuta once part of the Defiant Dragons? Yep. Yudi was a rising star in the Resistance. He vowed to fight for the cause through the legal system. So to become a prosecutor, give Inga and Garan the smackdown they deserve. But now he's... yeah, puppet of the Garan regime. Facepalm! Not only that, but now he's gonna prosecute his own dad. Doesn't add up. It sure doesn't. I wonder what happens to him. Me too. But if I had to guess, I'd say Garan has some serious leverage over him. Leverage like what? Wish I knew. But it seems like Dirk knows. I tried to press him about it, but he wouldn't say. Come to think of it, Dirk did say. He did say something like that, didn't he? He said he was like suffering silently and all that. Present. Let's see, where are those notes at? Right there. Datz, about this file, can you help me figure out which pages are the most relevant? Yep, sure can. Got the whole thing memorized. Yeah, I figured as much. You've been around here all this time. See this page? It's definitely worth a look. Oh, page 34. Oh man. Man, there's a lot here. As the son of the terrorist Dirk, Nayuta was expelled from the royal family. The idea that the sins of the father are visited upon his children is deeply rooted in the minds of the Kuranese people. Dirk and Amra must have had Nayuta as a kid. But then they expelled him because of his dad. Not so much because of his mom. It's weird because you think they'd expel her too for hooking up with a terrorist, but, you know, or what they presume to be a terrorist. I don't know. Not just the son, you know, but expel her too. I don't know, but, if that's what's going on here, though. Oh, that's right. Prosecutor Sadmani was part of the royal family, wasn't he? I mean, sort of. Yep. But he was expelled after that whole thing with Dirk happened. He must have gone through hell once he entered the legal world, though. Because of the whole "the sins of the father are visited upon his children" thing. Yep. In the eyes of the people, Dirk is not only a traitor to his kingdom, he's also the terrorist who assassinated the previous queen. Wait, so they actually think that he assassinated his wife? So that didn't even occur to me till just now. There's so many different people and connections here. So as his son, Yudi no doubt got the cold shoulder at every turn. It must have been really hard on him. Yeah, the ties between father and son aren't something you could break, even if you tried. No matter where he went, he was probably labeled the son of a criminal. But despite it all, he made a name for himself through blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, just look at him now. He's a star prosecutor working cases around the globe. He's become a hero, pride and joy of crime. Now that's the Nayuta I know. Super smart and never willing to give in. Oh man, he must have. Could try presenting the law book, I suppose. The mark of the dragon. That's the symbol of our group, the Defiant Dragons. Dirk has the same mark tattooed on the palm of his hand, right? Yep. And I got one too. Really? Where? On my heart. Oh, you mean metaphorically. Like you're ready to die at any time for the cause or something like that? You got that right. Dead or alive, I'll always be a Defiant Dragon. Damn right, son. Or dad, or something. Something up here. It's all the spider webs, Datz. Don't you ever clean the place? Not the webs. We have what you call a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic. Sound a little Spider-Man 3 over here. They catch the bugs that get in here, and I don't clean them up. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's kind of how it is in the real world, too. Alright, what was this thing over here again? There was like a robe or something. Dirk's jacket. You should try it on, Apollo. It might actually suit you. Really? It's also a spare eye patch here. Want to try that on, too. Oh my god, you guys. Sorry, just picturing you and all that. It's just too funny. I guess, yeah. Oh, my pride. Oh, lordy. Datz, I wanted to ask you about this picture. That's a picture of your pops that Dirk found. And he had a heck of a time tracking it down. He said he searched all over for it. Why? Why would he go through all that trouble? Datz, please tell us everything you know about Apollo's dad. Okay. Cool. Do you know what my biological father was like? Dirk once told me about him. He was a modern minstrel, walking the world and making music in his travels. This file also has some information on your real dad. It says he died in the blaze at Queen Amara's residence 23 years ago. So, okay. It is the same, then. That's right, Dirk had invited him over. Dirk's the kind of guy who can become fast friends with just about anyone. It seems your pops was like that too, AJ. They hit it off at a bar. And the next thing you know, Dirk's asking him over to play some tunes. And the place went up in flames. Yeah, Dirk just stepped out for a sec when the fire broke out. Apollo, you were there too, but you were still just a baby. I remember hearing about that when I was little. Yeah, it was a crying shame. Your pops just happened to take you along that day. So you were there with him when the fire broke out. But Dirk risked his life to save you. It's like Dirk's done nothing to save me all my life. All your pops' stuff got burned up, including anything that could have helped us identify him. All we knew about him first was his stage name, Jangly Justice, or something like that. Dirk did everything he could just to dig up what little we know now. What about my mother? Do you know anything about her? All we know is she was traveling with your pops. That day she was off doing something on her own. So she probably didn't even know my father had been with Dirk, huh? Such a crazy coincidence. So she must have been desperate to find you and your father once you'd gone missing. No doubt, but the Queen's assassination threw the kingdom into chaos. The police were so overwhelmed, they were probably hardly any help to her. We searched and searched till our legs gave out too, but we never found her. And with your father's stuff all burned up, we had zero leads, not even a photo. That's how I became an orphan. Yeah, who knows? Maybe your mom read about the details of the fire in the newspaper. Maybe she figured you died along with your pops. Wow, I had no idea you'd been through all that, Apollo. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hey, hang on. Who's... what? So then you believe me? You believe in my son's innocence? Your poor son, imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. Let's petition the government for his release and a declaration of innocence. Oh, thank you, I'm forever in your debt. What is, who's that? Hey there, Miss Henry. Hard at work, I see. Yeah, I guess I can't say I'm surprised that she'd be here. Yes, I have my own battle I must wage. After all, there are many who suffer under the Defense Culpability Act. Miss Henry, please don't forget about our case, too. I won't. I will look into it as soon as I'm able. Yeah, they got stuff going on. Datz, what's Miss Henry doing here? She's lending an ear to all those suffering under the regime's wrongful accusations. A lady whose husband's been imprisoned. Parents whose son's been falsely charged. She's helping all those types of people. That's cool. So she's trying to help the revolution along. In her own special way. Yep. And thanks to her, more and more folks are coming over to our side. All the people who've been unhappy with the regime have been waiting for just this chance. And they're starting to speak out in support of us. People are responding, and a grassroots movement is growing. Dirk's dream of revolution may finally come true. What should we do about the Founder's Orb? We'll probably run into the Royal Guards again the moment we leave this place. Well, we can't stay here forever, so we'll have to think of something. I've got it! Why don't you hold on to it, Datz? Should be safe here, right? You can count on me. I'll get it back to you in time for tomorrow's trial at the Hall of Justice. Founder's Orb left with Datz. Why do I have an awful feeling? The fact that we're not taking it with us makes me wonder, well, we got a handle on what happened 23 years ago. Maybe we should pay Dirk a visit. There's something I want to show him. There's a lot I want to show him right now. I'll join you. I want to talk to him before tomorrow's trial. Maybe I should wait here then. We'll attract undue attention if we go in too large of a group. Yeah, you come hang out with me, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll totally have some pints. Or something, I don't know. We'll figure something out. Detention center. Well, here goes nothing. Hey there, son. Came to see your old man again. Hi, Dirk. Is they're done questioning you? Yep. You'd think Nayuta might have cut his old man a little slack, but nope. He really laid into me. Seems they're really keen on recovering the Founder's Orb. When I wouldn't tell them where it was, he confiscated what few possessions I had left. At least he didn't take my clothes. Wait, Dirk's not wearing his attorney's badge. They even took that from him? Jeez. Alright, well, let's talk about Nayuta. Again. He confiscated all my prized jailbreaking tools. What did you expect? I mean, no prosecutor in their right mind would let a prisoner keep stuff like that. Did he take your attorney's badge too? Yeah, we saw that already. No, I thought it's strange, but... Oh! Ah, really? I wonder why. Because there is still good in him. The Emperor hasn't driven it from him fully. I find it hard to understand anything he does these days. Your Kurai's attorney's badge, which also happens to look like a nipple, I can't help but notice. You've worn that nipple all these years, even though the lawyers are all gone. Yes, because the dragon's eye is the embodiment of my creed. To show the world that a dragon never yields, huh? Hey, Dirk. Why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream. Not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Nayuta, Apollo, I vow to restore Kurai's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. He was always saying stuff like that to the two of us. Nayuta, is the reason why you didn't take Dirk's badge? Because you still remember those talks, too? I really hope that's what it is. Son, would you keep my badge for me? Are you sure? I can't take something so important to you. That's exactly why I want you to hold on to it, Apollo. I'm placing my fate in your hands. Alright, I'll make sure it stays safe. Interesting. This makes me think that, like, it's gonna get to a point in the trial where they're gonna say, oh, you're not a Chinese lawyer, so you're not allowed to do this anymore. That's a last-minute ditch effort to stop me from winning. And then I pull out this badge and say, well, as a matter of fact, I am. Well, that's impossible because I have the ace of spades. Well, time to present some stuff here. So I got your file. I prepared that myself. Use it well. I'm surprised you were able to gather this much information. Well, for one thing, it was 23 years worth, son. You think I'd spend 23 years just to gather 2 or 3 things? After all the evidence from the assassination was lost in the fire. And the newly installed Garan regime was in full control of the media. Every lead I tried to follow led to a dead end. So how am I supposed to solve this case? You'll figure something out once tomorrow's trial is underway. After all, no one's looked into this assassination since my last trial. I hope I can turn things around enough to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. Let's sure hope so. So, present your badge to you. Look at your badge! Oh, my attorney's badge. Where did you get that? Oh, you don't see those around here anymore. It's not exactly something you can wear publicly, is it? Well, it looks like a nipple, son. What do you expect? If you did, people would jeer and throw things at you. They would call you a titty streamer. You know what the titty streamer is, son? I've had tomatoes, cabbages, even eggs thrown at me. One of them said you will give me an egg. I'm not sure what that means. That sounds awful. But at least they didn't throw rocks. True, plus if you were good at catching things, you'd have the start of a good meal. What? It's true, an hour's walk can yield all you need for a nice big hot pot. That is pretty funny. Dirk, I'm sorry I never knew how bad things were when you were raising us. Oh man, what a guy. Careful with that. Don't go showing it around town, you'll be branded a rebel. But I'm not a rebel. Don't be ridiculous. You're a member of the Defiant Dragon simply by being my son. Or did you think that dragon tattoo on your rear end was just for show? What? What? You have a tattoo on your butt, Apollo? Let me see. No. Relax, Athena. He's just jerking our chains again. No, he's not. It's real. It has to be. I need to see this. Can I examine myself? Well, he's probably not going to know anything about this, but... It's not for me, son. No, I was just wondering if you knew anything about it. What? You came to visit me and you didn't even bring a present. I'll take that as a no. Pink butterfly pendant. Yeah, you know, we never showed this to him, did we? So we found this at the crime scene. Didn't they say it was his? Yeah. I found this in the tomb. Look familiar? Oh! That's... Oh my god! Dirk. Where did you find it? Down between the monk statues in the tomb? Is it yours, Dad? Oh, it's something I bought. Why is he suddenly acting all awkward? I wonder when I lost it. Let's have it. It's very important to me. Of course. So, actually, you might not want to give it to him. Okay, return to Dirk, but a record of it remains in the court record. Okay. Apollo, remember how Inga said he had someone dear to Dirk? Yeah. I'm still pretty sure he's talking about Nayuta, though. Why don't you ask about that? Alright, give it a try. Someone dear to Dirk. What did the minister mean when he said He had someone dear to you in the palm of his hand. Who's he talking about? Hmm? Now, Yuta seemed to know, but he wouldn't tell me anything. Well, I've no idea, so... Well, you obediently followed his every word after he said that. So it seems to me that the minister was in close proximity to someone you really care about. Oh, someone you really care about that isn't Nayuta? Wait, don't tell me. Is there a new lady in your life, Dirk? What? No, don't be ridiculous, son! Why do you think I carry around a badge that looks like a nipple? You think I would need something like that if I actually had a woman in my life? The love of my life was Amara, but she's gone now and there will never be another. There it is. There it frickin' is! I just knocked my comb on the floor.